Joining me now is host of the Brad versus Everyone podcast, Brad Polumbo. Great to see you, Brad. Now, the world is still mourning the shock killing of the conservative common sense commentator Charlie Kirk. His memorial is in Arizona. It's due to take place in a matter of hours, with thousands expected to turn out and pay their respects. But it looks like Charlie Kirk's influence, Brad, is being felt even amongst the youngest generation of Americans. Take a look at this. I like to call it Generation K.
I am Charlie Kirk.
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 Brad, tell us what it's like on the ground in America. The Charlie Kirk event, is it galvanizing people? What's happening?
It's absolutely galvanizing the American right now around Charlie and his legacy. And it's interesting you mentioned the next generation, because what Charlie Kirk, one of the things he did so well was understand masterfully the digital game. He was one of the first to take on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and go viral in these clips. And when I ask non-political family members who are, teenagers, right? And you say, oh, well, who do you get your news from on TikTok? One of the people they always used to say was Charlie Kirk. So he was truly kind of on the cutting edge of that. And I think he's become a free speech martyr at this point. Whether you agreed with him on everything or nothing, he was killed because of his ideas, something that's an attack on basically everything we believe in America, where you're supposed to be able to speak your mind and not have to fear for your life. So I think his legacy will be remembered for the best parts of it, which were all about open debate and civil dialogue, and that he will be remembered and inspired countless people to get involved in politics in their communities and their churches. And I think that his legacy will live on for a very long time.
I agree, Brad. And if Charlie Kirk inspires the next generation, a younger generation, well, it truly will be an American, even a Western renaissance. The American ABC network, Brad, has axed the show Jimmy Kimmel Live. Axed it indefinitely after Jimmy was making controversial comments about the killing of Charlie Kirk. In an editorial segment, he suggested that members of the MAGA movement, that's the Trump-supporting movement, were trying to score political points off the assassination. Just take a listen.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Brad, his comments have been branded offensive and insensitive, even by the show's own broadcaster. Donald Trump has come out and reacted on social media saying, quote, "Great news for America. The ratings challenged Jimmy Kimmel's show is cancelled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done." Now, many on the left, of course, are saying, oh, this is an attack on free speech. What's going on? Personally, I didn't find Jimmy Kimmel either funny or interesting or particularly satirical. But the key point here, surely, is that what he was saying was complete and utter nonsense.
Yeah, it was. It was a massive mistake, and one that he will surely regret after all of this. I think he's unfunny. I think he's politically lame, not very particularly interesting. And if they had just kind of made this decision to end his show as a private business decision, that would have been one thing. The problem, the complicating factor here, is that Trump's FCC chair, the Federal Communications Commission here in the U.S., kind of threatened ABC and their station members' licenses to broadcast if they didn't get rid of Kimmel. He said something along the lines of, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. So now Kimmel is playing himself off as the victim here and will likely actually have a lawsuit against it. So this whole thing is not going down as cleanly as many people would have hoped.
Interesting. Hasan Piker is a more modern media character, hard left. He's a streamer, and he's been the ABC here in Australia. The ABC had him on as a guest to talk about the state of discourse in the US in the wake of Charlie Kirk's slaying. Just wait till you hear him defend one of his own posts, which was brought up, which I was astonished to see, by the ABC host Sarah Ferguson. Have a listen, Brad.
I don't know the context of these particular statements, but here's a quote from you about landlords who don't want to rent out their properties. You said, kill them, murder them, let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood. Doesn't that make you part of the problem with violent discourse?
This was in a conversation that I was having with a landlord friend of mine, and it's, of course, hyperbolic.
So, Brad, the defence there is, I was only joking. It was hyperbole, whatever. But the interesting thing here for me was that the ABC actually called him out on it. Is there a change in mood in America as well against this kind of, we've had all this bloodshed, threats of violence from the left for years and years kind of go unremarked upon. Is this now changing, Brad?
Well, I think a lot of sensible Americans in the middle, for them, it is changing, but there is a fringe, violent far left that is only getting more extreme and more radicalized in response to Donald Trump. And Hasan Piker perfectly epitomizes that. I mean, Hasan Piker is everything that's wrong with the modern far left. The idea that the ABC brought him on to talk about political violence in America after Charlie Kirk's killing is bizarre because he is a uniquely radical and violent extremist in his rhetoric. He said America deserved 9/11. Just a few months ago, he said that a Republican senator deserved to be killed. I mean, this is one of the most extreme, toxic voices, very influential voice, unfortunately. So he's the last person that should be speaking about how we stop political violence in America. He needs to take a long look in the mirror, and parents need to be making sure that their kids are not tuning in to his live streams.
Absolutely. Brad Polumbo, great to chat to you, and we'll speak again soon. Thanks so much for coming on The World According to Rowan Dean.